Welcome back to another vlog. I really apologize that this took so long to get out. We did a lot of activities in November, so here is November's vlog. We start off with the memorial service for Remembrance Day. Bumblebee's laying next to me on the pavement. There's a dog behind him. He's paying attention to me. There's people around us in a crowd. I'm sitting on the pavement on the ground with Bumblebee next to me. Bumblebee's just laying on my lap here while there's some bagpipes playing for the ceremony. He's got his head on my lap while I'm petting him. We're still on the ground sitting, watching the ceremony. It's very nice. While we sit on the ground here, Bumblebee's lying next to me as people walk by us in the crowd. There's quite a few people around us, but Bumblebee remains in his downstay as people are around us. Here we have some old warplanes flying overhead for the ceremony. There's 3 of them flying over. The sky is a bit overcast with the sun peeking through the clouds. Now we have some people playing some bagpipes as they go by in a parade-like manner, with people carrying flags, playing the drums behind the bagpipes, and then flag carriers. And then we've got some mounted police dressed up in red and black with some air cadets behind them. The next day, I took Zayla and Bumblebee for a walk down the trail while it was pouring rain. Ezio went out for a mushroom pick. Both Zayla and Bumblebee are wearing rain jackets. Bumblebee is wearing an orange one, and Zayla is wearing a red one. They enjoyed their walk. I didn't so much because it was pouring. Later that night, I decided to decorate the house for Christmas and the holidays. I had placed the tape down on that little end table over there across the room, and I was already on a stepladder, and I realized I forgot the tape, but Bumblebee luckily targets whatever I had last in my hand, so I asked him to retrieve it. He was a little confused about it, but he happily did grab the tape and bring it to me. The next day I wasn't feeling too well, so I just did indoor training with Bumblebee. Here he is putting on the harness I used to use on my previous service dog. He's very happy about it. This is a black leather mobility harness done by Bold Lead Design. I highly recommend them. I will put their information in the description below. I always go to them to buy my harnesses for my service dogs. They are super high quality. They have wonderful customer service that will instantly help you out with any questions you have. I can't say enough about them. They are just a wonderful company. And you can bet I will be buying Bumblebee's working harness from them when he is ready. So the training we did was mostly harness training and then some really difficult work here. We did leave it training. I have food. I have dehydrated raw and some meat all over the floor here. I threw my wallet in the middle of all of that and told Bumblebee to retrieve it. He knows to leave food, so he was a little confused on what he was being asked. He was a bit timid to go and retrieve the wallet from the midst of the food pile there, but he did do good after I showed him the wallet and told him again to retrieve it. He did eventually pick it up. Once he figured out what I was asking, he was happily retrieving my wallet from the midst of the food pile. He caught on very quickly, even though it scared him at first a little bit because he knows he's supposed to leave the food alone, but I was also asking him to retrieve something in the food, so he was a little confused by that and a little timid to retrieve it because he knows he's not supposed to eat food off the ground. Next, we did some more advanced leave it. I put the freeze-dried raw kibble and some meat in front of him in a downstay while I exited my house and shut the door behind me. He glanced at the food for a second, but Bumblebee was mostly focused on the door and waiting for me to return. He kept his downstay and left the food alone completely. I did work on some more advanced leave it. I have a raw chicken foot in my hand here. I put it down in front of Bumblebee's paws, and I also put some freeze-dried raw around it as well. And then once that's down, I exit out of my house and I stand outside the door after shutting it and wait a few minutes, probably about a minute, before returning back inside the house to find Bumblebee did not touch any of the food. The next day, we went to our local grocery store. Here's Bumblebee heeling next to me as we walk through the grocery store. We didn't do anything too exciting that day, just a quick shop. The day after that was very exciting. We went to a restaurant. Here's Bumblebee laying on the floor of a restaurant. We took my dad down to the city to visit my sister and her boyfriend. Here's some food on the table at the restaurant, and Bumblebee's still underneath me in a settle under the table. That day we went to the Aviation Museum. Here's some airplanes in a museum. We've got the Leonardo da Vinci flying machine, and then we've got Bumblebee at the bottom of my feet here in a settle while the guide explains the aircrafts to us. Here's an older styled passenger airplane for Air Canada, I believe. I don't remember. So this was actually great practice. I enjoyed this. Bumblebee got to go in a lot of different aircrafts. Of course, the airplanes weren't on, but it was pretty neat to see how Bumblebee would handle loading in an aircraft and walking through the aisles. Granted that these aisles were much more spacious. I mean, it was still tiny spaces, but you know what? He did great in such a tiny little area, walking around through an entire airplane. He did fantastic. I couldn't have asked for better behavior. Here I am filming the cockpit of the aircraft before turning and continuing down the aisle, walking past the bathroom of the aircraft, and ahead of me is the guide talking with my family and explaining the aircraft to us. Here he is with a measuring stick showing us how spacious it was between the seats of this passenger airplane, which I truly believe and wish they should still continue to have seats this spacious. I know they sardine us into airplanes nowadays, but look how much space there is. You could definitely fit your service dog at your feet very comfortably in this aircraft. Here is Bumblebee being very patient while we walk through the aircraft. He's sitting and heeling, being very patient while we walk through the very thin, kind of small aisle. And here's another clip of us entering the same aircraft from a different angle. My sister's getting some B-roll of the Trans-Canada airline here, and it's a propeller airplane with 4 engines. It was pretty neat to see. Here's a clip of me descending some stairs from the aircraft. Bumblebee's being very patient while we go down. My sister's getting some more B-roll of a yellow aircraft that's next to us and another aircraft that's next to this airplane. And here's another clip of me being just inside the door of this aircraft that we just came down from. And now we're outside with some more aircrafts outside with a beautiful sunset. Moving outside, we went to the much larger aircrafts. Here's a red and white 4-propellered aircraft. It's a water bomber aircraft. It's fought over about 50 wildfires in Canada throughout its career. It's a pretty big airplane. I used to watch it fly over my little town when I was a kid, watching the forest fires be put out around our valley and in our town here. There was some mountains that caught on fire actually quite close to my house, so it was pretty neat to watch it fly over and get water from the lake and then dump it all over the mountains that were on fire. It was pretty neat. Here we are exploring the inside of the water bomber. Here's some really steep see-through stairs that we climbed up and down. Bumblebee had no issues going up and down them. I didn't film it because I wanted to make sure he was safe going up and down the stairs, but he did excellent. And here's some really cute photos of Bumblebee inside of the red and white water bomber. He's sitting in the door, and then outside of the water bomber with it in the background, Bumblebee's sitting. And then here's some aircrafts that were next to the water bomber, all propeller airplanes and even part of a helicopter. Very neat aircrafts. It was such a fun time at this museum. So a few days after that, I took Bumblebee to Home Depot to do some training around some animatronic holiday decorations. Here's Bumblebee and I in front of Darth Vader, who is waving his lightsaber and talking. Here I am. I'm making sure Bumblebee is comfortable walking around in a heel, and I'm asking him to do some obedience, like sitting. Here's some people that walk by us. This guy's laugh was so loud, it scared Bumblebee a little bit, and it actually scared me too. But I didn't jump as much as Bumblebee, but he was totally fine with it. It just surprised him, and it surprised me as well, so it was just funny. Then we moved on to the other side with more animatronics. We've got the Grinch and Mickey and Minnie and a Nutcracker. Bumblebee didn't love the Grinch animatronic. It was quite scary to him, but you couldn't really tell. He was actually quite confident about it regardless. I asked him to back up and do some obedience to build up his confidence around the animatronic he wasn't a fan of. I think it was just mainly the way it moved and the way it looked. It kind of freaked him out. It was kind of slow moving its arms up and down, it's green and it's long fingers. It's kind of creepy. It was kind of scary, so I understand. But doing all the obedience and confidence building, I was being playful with him and doing his baby voice and the excited voice and making him go by it and run with me, just so he could build up his confidence. He was happy to sniff Mickey, who was moving around. I hit both Mickey and the Grinch. It was a bit overstimulating for me, so I couldn't imagine what Bumblebee was going through. It was a lot for Bumblebee. You could see him trying to focus on me, but also with the animatronics at the same time. He sits comfortably in front of both animatronics that were moving. Both of them are moving their arms slightly up and down while they're talking and singing and everything. I'm giving Bumblebee a nice happy pat here because he's doing so good. Next, we moved on to Walmart to get some decorations and wrapping paper. I looked at a bit of wrapping paper, put one in the cart, and then put it back later because I didn't actually like it as much as I thought I did, which, whatever. But here I am with the shopping cart and Bumblebee walking with me in a heel as we walk around Walmart looking at Christmas lights and other decorations. So here's some different clips of Bumblebee in a heel walking next to me and with the shopping cart as we go through like the produce aisles and all the other aisles in Walmart. Here we are stopping next to the produce cooler here full of fruit and veggies. And then I got Bumblebee a honking little piggy toy. It's bright orange with blue polka dots all over it. I got Bumblebee that toy because he was such a good job. We're just checking out here at the self-checkout. Bumblebee's sitting at the cart, and I ask him to go down in a downstay, and he sits patiently and lays down patiently on the floor while we scan all our items. And we will end the vlog here with Bumblebee and Ezio running through the forest. I apologize again for not getting this out on time, but I promise you the upcoming vlog that I'm going to edit here is going to be full of lots of fun things. We've got a dog show and plenty of Christmas markets and fun activities to look forward to. So please be on the lookout for that, and we will see you next time on our fun adventure.